I don't think that black men are like the gayest, I guess, group there is. You know, they say like, oh, like 50% or 75% of black men are gay or something like that. Something weird, something outrageously high like that, right? I actually think it's the black women that are gay.
Stop it. Carry on.
If you really sit back and think about it, black women are masculine, they're narcissists, and they're gay. Because they're kissing each other, they're sleeping in the same bed, they're having these lingerie parties that no men are invited to. It's like everything that they're doing is pointing to gay, but it's just so undercover that I don't think, like, you know, that we're actually counting it in the census, because they're claiming it's not gay. They're claiming they're just friends. You know what I mean?
Stop that shit.
Everybody knows that when a girl starts drinking, another girl might start kissing on her and feeling on her and seeing where it might go. These girls' trips is just fuck trips. And everybody knows, like, sometimes when they're in a relationship, they're having sex with their friends and stuff like that, and the boy don't know because he's not gonna check what you're doing with your homegirl.
Stop that shit.
Homegirl, you know what I mean? And then when you get in a relationship, black women try to sabotage it to the fucking end. They will sit there and talk bad about that man. They're not happy for you in no sense of the word, and they get jealous when you're spending time with your husband instead of them, you know? And so I really think that the numbers are pretty skewed on that one. I really think that there's a lot more black gay women than what society has been led to believe.
I'm probably the only female that's just realizing it's so many like girls who bump cats, play bumper cars, eat each other cats way more than I thought. And at first I used to think I don't get along with females, and then I had to realize these girls are not even friends. They are like partners that bump and grind and meet up at these girls' nights and just orgy. Yeah. So I know, like, I always do story time, but I never really get into my own story times on different things that happen in my life. And I think I just want to talk about it now. Like, I'm at the stage where, like, yes, I'm a great storyteller, but I have some tea of my own that I just need to get off my chest. And I did not realize that, okay, so I had homegirls back then. I had a few of homegirls or whatever, and they used to always, like, want to do these, you know, girl nights. That's what they called where I'm from. They want to do girl nights. They want to do kickbacks and things like that. But I used to always be like, well, who I'm going to invite if it ain't nobody to invite? Because I don't be with nobody outside of y'all. But they always had their own group of friends, which was cool with me. It wasn't until I started throwing the girl nights that I realized that, like, these are not girl nights. These are parties that y'all can get away from y'all male boyfriends, make them think y'all chilling with y'all homegirls. Y'all get drunk and then y'all start falling in love and playing and touch on each other. The only difference is I'm the friend that I don't like girls for real. Like, I ain't getting drunk making no decisions. Well, when I wake up next day, I'm gonna be so mad about it, or I'm gonna be disgusted, or, you know, I'm not gonna talk or whatever.
What's up, family? How's everybody doing today? Gifted, highly favored, and loved, right? What's the goal for the day, y'all? What's the goal every day? Man, everything comes from within.
Yeah.
Look at that smile. She ain't photogenic. God dang. And get somebody to smile and make sure you smile, y'all. Big facts. Check this out. I've been watching a lot of Kevin Samuel videos. And the first time I had watched this video, I noticed right off bat, he strongly talks about high value men.
High value men and other people. You cannot underestimate how important having a network of high value men and other people is to your status as a high value man. High value men are in demand and useful. Their presence is felt when they're there, and their absence is felt when they're gone. Daily earnings that makes a man high value. It's $120,000, so it's roughly $10,000 a month. Dallas, Houston, Austin, San Antonio dollars. So, and that number has been with us since the 80s. Honestly, the money The money is one thing, right? But see, here's the thing. What makes a man high value is his network and his approval from other men. Why high value?
Because those are the one who want a relationship, and that's gonna give me marriage. That's gonna want to marry me. That I want stability, consistency. So yes,
That's bullshit.
I want a high value man, and that's what I'm looking for as a female. I feel, I'm building myself for that type of man, but the type of men that I meet,
Why do you want a high value man?
because who I feel I deserve that.
And that's about the only thing that I dislike about what he says. I disagree. Yes, high value men have options, but y'all ladies got to get to this understanding. It don't matter if he's high value or not. He's a man, and a man has options. It doesn't matter if he doesn't have money, if he has money. It's all about who he is, his character. And this is where y'all fall short, because y'all listen to Kevin Samuels and he preach about a high value man, but that doesn't make a man. For instance, if I was born into money, depending on how my character is, I might be spoiled. I might not know anything as far as being a righteous man. You get what I'm saying? But I got money. A lot of people that have these things, pretty much it spoils them to where they don't build character. Just because you have money, you feel you can do whatever you want. 3/29, my birthday. And y'all gotta understand that. Yahshua did not have money, y'all. This world is evil. Everything is in reverse, even to y'all role as a woman. They have y'all out here getting jobs and careers to where y'all messing up y'all character. It ties behind emotions. And a lot of y'all that do get money, it builds you in a certain way, in a masculine way, to where you feel you don't need nobody, which takes the dynamic out of a man and a woman, because we need each other, but women are supposed to be a helpmeet to a man. So what would the world do if it's against God? It's going to provide y'all for whatever y'all think y'all need, and y'all don't build that character within self, but y'all develop selfishness. This is why they told you about monogamy. It teaches you selfishness.
I'm gonna preface this by stating I don't condone cheating of any kind. I keep seeing, though, that they say that women who cheat and they don't get caught is because they're more sneaky, but that's not the case. When a man cheats, right, the woman he's cheating on his woman with is the side piece. She knows her place in the beginning, right? But when her emotions get involved, then she realizes that she doesn't want to be a side piece no more. She wants to be the main chick. What does she do? She tell him, oh, if you don't go and tell your girl, I'm going to tell her myself. And then she goes up to his girl as a woman, hoping that they'll break up and she could be the main chick. Her emotions got involved. When a woman cheats, she's cheating with another man. A man, smart. They know that they're not going to wife that, because in the back of their head, if she's cheating on her man this good and he has no idea, what's she going to do with me? Women are a little bit more slow than men. So women accept a lot of things that a man's not going to accept. He knows that that's another man's wife. He's just going to pipe her down and go the fuck home. Am I wrong?
That a man is only supposed to be with you, and every woman falls short of this because y'all not at this understanding. You cannot please with one man. You cannot please one man. Some can, but a lot can't. And this is how men die off, because they're not being who they truly are in nature, a man. They're bound by your emotions and how you feel. Think about what I'm saying, y'all. So again, we put our own self at this ease when we hold on to emotions, hold on to bitterness. It's not healthy for the body. So a man being a man, not a whoremonger, because there is a difference, y'all. It's levels to this shit. There's nothing wrong with a man wanting another woman when he has a woman already. Just can't be lying and be honest. Not saying he gotta have another woman, then another woman. No, that's still being a whoremonger because he's feeding his flesh. But being a righteous man, you be at this different level of understanding that you need a helpmeet around you. And it helps you as a man stay happy, satisfied, to where you don't have to be out here being a whoremonger. I see women nowadays, and it's funny to me because they promote women being with women, things of that nature, but at the same time, you got a bunch of women that have besties, and their besties are women. That don't make sense to me. So, you mean to tell me if you have a man between y'all can't be happy by pleasing that man? It's no different than polygyny. A man having a wife and a concubine. Two women that can help each other. That way they don't have to be in these streets dealing with 304s. And they're attending to that one man. That one man will be satisfied and happy, I promise you. But if he's only stuck with you and your emotions and you can't fulfill everything that he needs, how you think he's gonna feel? And then the fact that he can't tell you the truth because the truth is gonna trigger that demon that's within you, you get lied to. And then you find out this man got him another family, another woman behind your back. But if you was at this understanding, it's a beautiful thing, y'all. I listened to a woman call up on the show, and she specifically said she needs help finding her husband another woman.
Shout out to one of the lady saints comes in. She asks, my man deserves more than one woman. How do I recruit another woman? This is very important. Now let me make sure I say this loudly so this can be heard throughout my home right now. Because I want you ladies to know that you absolutely should. Hold on one second. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hold on one second. I think people got earphones in around here. Let me just make sure I can be heard real quick. I'll be right back. Number one, for the women watching, if you have a man that you love and respect, there is no doubt that if he is a great man, and I would hope that you would be with a great man, you'd be a fool not to. You should better take your chances. But if you're with a great man, it is good for all of us that he procreates and he has as many children and as much influence as possible, and you are key to that empire. So you should produce as many children. You should make sure that you can bring as many women into the kingdom and produce as many children as he can support. So I appreciate you sharing that. And I always say that we need more good people. We need more good people. So my highest respect to this woman. That's number one. Now, number two, in terms of, and I know you didn't ask all this, but I'm going to elaborate. So often it is thought that a man may want a second wife or a third wife for the purpose, for carnal pleasures. But the truth is, especially say you have a man who's productive, and certainly he should be, he would probably want a second, third wife also for you, the first wife, which is to say for your company, so you have someone to be around with and socialize. Because here's the truth, if you have a great man, he's purpose driven, he's goal driven, and you're not the goal, you're not the purpose. And so he's working and he's tied up a lot, and you need social fullness in your life. And so another woman is an addition to the family and the fullness of the family, and it colors your social life. Also for me, I don't like my lady to go to the grocery store by herself. Do I want to go? Hell nah, I don't want to go to the grocery store. Absolutely not. I might go every now and then, but I don't want to be there at all. So it would be great. You have two wives. They go to the grocery store. They're safer. They're cared for. They're going to be more efficient. They can have fun and socialize as they do it. So there are so many values to that. Anyways, here's the answer to your question. You should ask yourself, what are the things that you enjoy doing? What are the halls of power and the places that are upscale and you need to go and make friends? And the first litmus test of should I bring this woman into my family is you as a woman, as an existing wife. Do I respect her? Like, is this a woman who dresses modestly? Is she intelligent? Is she a value add? Does she have the intellectual and personality faculty? So do I like her as a woman to woman? Can I respect her? Do I want to bring her into the family? Is she going to lift us up? And then the second piece is, are we forming a bond? Like, are we forming friendship? Okay, great. Is she single? Does she meet the qualifications? Is she within the ideal range? Preferably, age 18 to 25, or she may be 18 to 24. This is ideal. That's perfect. She may be 30, maybe 35, but ideally it would be 18 to 24 for the purpose of birthing children, many children. And then share the idea. Once you build rapport with her, share about your man. You should be speaking of your man highly. A woman who has a good man, he's always on the tip of her tongue anyways, because he is the core of her life. So much of what she talks about will relate to her man. It's kind of hard for her not to mention him. And so in sharing about your man, eventually you should say, hey, my man, we'd like to expand our family. And if you'd be interested, I'll make an introduction. It's that simple. And keep it going. And maybe it's the case that before that, you might have your man around her so she can experience him and see what she thinks, and you can make your assessment if you want to make the pitch. But the easiest and the best way is for it to come from the woman. That's the easiest and the best way. And it's only going to be a woman who is rational, secure, and hardworking, and truly worthwhile, that is of the high quality where she'll be in a marriage with another woman. Because, meaning there's another woman in the marriage, because it's the dishonest, unruly, low quality, low grade women, jealous ones with base qualities, and I mean base in a bad way, that don't want to be in that structure, which is a natural structure. And it's because they don't want to compete. Why don't they want to compete? Because they know that they're a pain in the ass. They know that they're unpleasant. They know that they're lose. They're going to be neglected is what they feel, because they know that they are not worthwhile. But a woman who's worthwhile, this is going to be great. I have another woman that I respect as a good friend, and she will add to my life. It'll make our workload easier. Like, for example, I have an 8,000 square foot house. Do you think it's fair for one woman to try to an 8,000 square foot house clean? No, it's almost impossible, to be honest with you. There's always going to be dust somewhere. It's just too big. So it just makes sense. The more you're scaling up your lifestyle, your empire, having more people within the family, strong families, is just common sense. It's been common sense since time immemorial. Only today, in wicked society that we're in the hells of North America, where they want your family small, weak, and disunited, do they pitch you on these faulty matriarchal structures that leave you in a bad situation. It's because the government wants you dependent on them instead of dependent on your family. I'd rather depend on my family. Thank you to the young lady for asking that question. I'll just give you some specific examples. Like, if you're a woman and you like going to cooking classes, you meet some qualified women in there. If you go to galas, you'll meet some women in there. If you go to the opera, to the theater, you'll meet some women who went there, they were solo, or there's a group of girls in there. There are certain activities and interests that are female focused, and they're upscale, where you'll meet women, form friendship first, and then you can make the introduction, because there are a lot of women who are worthwhile women, but they cannot find qualified men because a lot of men are slackers. Full stop. Those are the facts.
Because of who he is, she wants him to have another woman, and it also will help her. She will have a friendship with someone else. She will have another woman with her to go wherever she needs to go, whether it's shopping, whether it's taking care of the children. She has a helpmeet next to her, someone that they can trust. That's how you build. But if you have this mentality of monogamy and selfishness, you're not going to make it far, ladies. You're not at all. And there's so many women that's stuck alone because they man cheated. Cheating was for women. That's why polygamy was a sin in the Bible, because women are not supposed to be sleeping around. But nowadays they feel like they can. They feel like they can just leave that man and find another man. What do you think that is? It's the same logic. Y'all gotta understand this. Y'all really worshiping the devil. It's sad out here. And again, I see it. Women being with other women. Partying, touching on each other, kissing. But that's okay. But once you put another man into the dynamic, it's an issue. It's a lot of y'all that's against your father, the Most High. When clearly in the Bible, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, they all had multiple wives and concubines. They had 2 or 3 kids with their wife, and they had more with their concubines. What's wrong with that? Teamwork. But a lot of y'all was built into not having teamwork within yourself and your character. Why? Because they've been teaching y'all how to play with Barbies. You can do that by yourself. It's a lot of things that women do that's singling them out, helping y'all to be selfish. But as a man, we doing a lot of things with teamwork, sports, anything. So then as they grow up, what do? Find them another woman, talking about they need the help from their helpmates. We have to get to this understanding, y'all. There's a lot of people that's out here struggling by themselves for no reason when they can actually have help. But you gotta put aside your emotions. Understand or overstand, that's how the devil lies within all of us, is through our emotions. Listening to other people that's outside of your household ain't nothing but the devil. Because if they ain't at that understanding, they're gonna try to persuade you. And that's how the devil bounced from one to another. It's no different than someone looking at you and they looking at you in a different way because they already triggered because of how you look. Now the devil is within them. It's triggered. But if you was at this understanding, you would not be triggered, y'all. This is why, ladies, y'all gotta really re-educate yourself. Fellas do too. Because we getting to that point, already got to that point where we can't tell women the truth. So they rather lie to you. There's a lot of men that's not having children nowadays. In order for them to have children, they gotta lie to you. That's not good. But this is what y'all developed. This is what y'all did. Because y'all still ain't at this understanding that y'all working for this system. And the system is trying not to have us procreate whatsoever. Which meaning they're trying to get us to die off. Your father is really looking at all of us, shaking his head. Because we're not living in our purpose.